Hello DIY friends. Hey, so you're about to remodel your kitchen and you're going to put in a brand new microwave oven. You're going to put in some brand new cabinets and some nice fancy knobs here to replace that ugly old kitchen like you see here in this picture that shows the old ugly white range hood fan. And that's fine too, but today we're going to show you what you have to do to run new power to this microwave oven, because you cannot by law connect a microwave oven up to that same power source that was just powering your electric range hood fan. Why is that? Because the range hood fan, 9 times out of 10, they're either tapping off of the lighting above on the ceiling, or they're tapping off of another outlet close by on, one of these on the kitchen counter. The problem with that is that's not allowed by the National Electric Code. According to the code, you are supposed to have a dedicated 20 amp circuit going to your microwave oven. So let me show you up here. That's what it's supposed to look like when it's all said and done. So you see how I have that plug up there, that outlet up there? So that outlet, you're going to be tempted to connect up to the old range hood fan, but you can't. So what we're going to show you today is how to run an entire new home run all the way back to the fuse panel, which is all the way back here on this back wall. We're going to show you how to do the wiring for that, how to put in a new outlet, and how to get it all set up so you'll be legal and you'll pass inspection. Hey everybody, Jeff here, and welcome back. And if this is your first time with us, welcome to our channel. Each week we give you videos on how to do all sorts of DIY remodeling projects around your house. And we also help you solve those very complex engineering issues that you're likely to face. Really hard things to repair. This would be a perfect time, if you haven't already, to hit that subscribe button down below. And once you hit that subscribe button, you'll see that little gray bell. Click on that, and that will alert you to every time we put a new video so that you'll never miss a video. And also, if you like our video here, you can click on the thumbs up button down below. That lets us know that you like us. And any questions you have, please enter them in the comments down below too. We're going to tear open this whole wall on this other side anyway for cabinet blocking and to find out what's going on back in there with the electricity, because we found out too that range hood right there is connected to those outlets, and that's not good, because if you want to connect up your microwave oven, you have to have a dedicated 20 amp circuit going to that outlet, and that can be the only thing it goes to. So we just need to make a home run back to the panel here. That's a single cable.
Oh. Okay. Oh, interesting.
So now we've got the 12-2 Romex cable going here, and we're wiring it into the fuse box into its own 20 amp circuit breaker. Used with a 15 amp circuit, so it goes up through the hole there, up in the wall, and it's going to come back down the wall and go into the fuse panel there. There's our strain relief, our connector right there on the top of the fuse panel. Then the wire comes down, and you can see it right in there. Just a little bit of the Romex is all you need to come through. And then the black wire is going to come down here, and you'll see it go right into its little panel switch there. We're going to follow it down, and it goes right there, right into the new switch. Now I have tape over it right now because we don't want to energize this circuit until we have the outlet hooked up. Alright, now coming back up and looking at the white wire, let's follow where it goes. It's going to come down here, kind of gently wraps around down at the bottom, comes back up, and it goes right here to the bus bar where all the other white wires are. And that's pretty much all you have to worry about on the fuse panel side of things here. And just a note here, you can see how, I want to show you this, see how the original electricians, whoever put this in, were a little sloppy there. See how they left that bare copper wire out there? I don't like doing that. I like to keep things a lot closer to the post there. So you can see where we put ours in here, there's really no way for anybody's finger to ever accidentally brush up against it. It's right there. So that's a lot better way, I think, to skin it. These people here, when they cut that there, they skinned off too much insulation. That's just my preference. And so that wire, that yellow wire, once we put our little drop ceiling in there, made out of drywall. It's going to go all the way across the ceiling and come down the other side of the wall over here. And somewhere in this space, once we have the drywall up, we'll have the outlet box in there for this. Alright, so now for the microwave oven, let's take a close look at what we've got here. So this space right up here is going to be where the microwave oven cabinet goes. The cabinet that goes above the microwave. In fact, if you look right here, you can see there's our width. So from that point right there all the way over to this point here, that is going to be where the microwave oven is going to be. That's the width. Okay, and the stove. So everything's 30 inches wide there. So somewhere up here, you know, is going to be the cabinet. And we know from calculations already that we're going to put it here. So this right here will be that brace behind the cabinet. You just run your screw through your brace on the back of the cabinet, and you're guaranteed to hit wood there. And likewise at the bottom of the cabinet, which is going to be right where that line is, as long as we run a screw through the bottom brace of the back of that cabinet, we're guaranteed to hit wood there. And then this is this yellow 12 cable here that you see. This is the 12-2 cable. This is going to run right from here, runs through the stud, up to the ceiling, and we're going to mount all of this once we get the ceiling done. And it runs over to the hole up there, and it's going to drop down and come right down in here into the fuse panel, and you can see where the yellow cord is coming down in the wall right there. Comes in, textbook, right through a Romex connector there on the top of the panel. Comes down through, and you can see where the black runs all the way down here and into its switch. And then of course the white wire, the neutral, is going to run right over here to the neutral bar. And that's pretty much it. It's a direct home run. There's no hidden junctions or anything. You want it to be one single piece of wire, just like you see here. And now turning our attention back to that wall, let's just take another little run along the cable here and see what it's doing. It's going to come in through the top of the wall there, and see we have the notch outs way up there on the top plate. That's because when we put the wood up, the wood studs that we're going to fasten to the concrete, and then put the drywall ceiling up, this will sneak in through that plate there. The cable comes down, and anytime you're dealing with a metal stud by code, you have to have one of these in there, a grommet, the plastic grommet. You never want to leave bare metal that could cut into the cable. That's very important. It's an important safety feature to remember. See how they have this plastic grommet here that protects the sharp edges. These are very sharp edge metal studs here. If you had a wood stud, all they would do is just cut a hole in the wood. You don't need to put a grommet in there. Alright, so some people still do, I think, just to protect it further. So then it comes up here and goes up into the cavity. So somewhere in this space right in here is our limitation of where we can put our outlet. We can put it anywhere we want up there, and it should be right in the middle of the cabinet. Won't be any problem there. We will not miss. We've never missed. And then over here on the other side of the kitchen, you can see right here we found a conduit pipe that goes up in the middle of the wall. So we use that to tape the electric range power supply cable there, the 6.3 cable, with the 12.2 cable also taped to it as well. That goes to the microwave oven right over here. So it just kind of goes right there and back up there. And we'll put the outlet right there for the microwave oven. So this has worked out really nicely for us because it's in the middle of the wall, in the wall space. So if anybody drills a screw through on either side of the wall, they're not going to hit our 6.3 oven cord, which is a problem that happens sometimes, especially when people are installing microwave ovens. It's a big problem for people. So in this case here, we already know where the cord is. Of course, if somebody was using something like a Wallabot scanner on their phone, they could find where the cord is and make sure they avoid it as well. But anyway, it goes up here, goes up around there. We've got it all fastened with straps to the top of our strapping there that we're going to put the drywall up on, and it runs all the way across, comes back down, and of course down into the fuse panel. Alright, so we just put the drywall up here for the microwave oven cabinet. So this drywall is right behind where that cabinet will be. And we put a little hole in it here to allow the Romex to stick out so that we can have it and know where it is. And then this little square right here represents the cutout we have to make now for the electrical outlet for the microwave oven. Getting close as I pull this off. Alright, so now we just pull the piece off that we cut. And if you don't have one of these oscillating tools here, you don't have that, you can also do it with a utility knife. This is a lot cleaner than using this other tool here, which a lot of people like to use, the drywall saw. It's a little hand saw that you just... So the utility blade, I think, is a lot cleaner and doesn't kick up as much dust. And as you saw in the video just a few seconds ago, when we're cutting with the oscillating tool, we use a vacuum as well to get all the dust. We're really big about not allowing dust in our projects. I'm using one of these. We call these remodel boxes, and usually when you go to the big box stores, they're colored in blue, whereas the older ones will either be gray or sometimes in metal cans. The way this works is you cut the hole in the drywall like we just did. You insert the box into the hole, and once it gets in there, this comes down and another flap goes up on the upper side. And you tighten these two screws and it wedges against the back of the drywall, which holds it in place. The thing I like about these boxes is better than the metal boxes. You don't have to punch out any caps and then screw on the Romex connectors or anything. With these here, you can see we've already started one right here. You can just push it in, and then the Romex just goes right in. Okay, so I've pulled the wire through that back there. I usually pull out about 8 inches or so, and I can always cut it back, because ultimately you want about 6 inches. So then you take the outlet box and mash it back into the hole there, and there you go. So you want to be careful when you cut your hole that you leave enough meat for these tabs to grab hold of, both on the top and the bottom. And I find life will be a lot better for you then. So now we'll just attach it to the outlet. We're going to screw these two in right now. Okay. Alright, so that looks pretty good. It's in there nice and tight. All we have to do now is attach the outlet. So here's our 20 amp outlet here for the microwave. And I usually like to start with the ground first. So we're going to put the ground onto the green screw. And you always want to do it clockwise around the screw. Otherwise you'll just be unraveling the wire instead of tightening the screw around the wire. So we're just going to tighten this screw in here. These down nice and tight. And then the thing I like about this particular outlet is it's also what we call, you could either wind it around the screw or stick it through the back hole here and tighten it down. This is not a backstab. Do not confuse this outlet with the backstabbing type. Those are not good because those arc a lot and those will trip your arc faults if you have arc faults in your fuse panel. This is okay because when you stick the wire in these holes, you're tightening it down. The little bracket there moves. So I'm going to put the white one in. White wire goes in there like that, right into the back of that hole. Gotta loosen it a little more. Stop. Okay, so there goes the white wire in there, and we're going to tighten him down. It's nice and snug. Now we're going to put the black wire in. So the black wire is in now, and you make sure it goes in all the way and you don't see any wire sticking out the back. All you should see is insulation right there. And we'll tighten him down. Step back and make sure we have everything in the right place. So the black wire goes onto the dark screw, the white wire goes on to the lighter colored screw, the silver screw, and the ground goes onto the green screw. Now since this is a plastic box, we do not have to bond it to the ground like we would with a metal box. So metal boxes are the only ones that need to get bonded, not the plastic. Okay, so we're ready to put this back in. Turn it this away. Notice how I go at a very slow speed there with the drill here, because I don't want to strip anything or ruin this brand new plastic box that I just installed. Okay, so now we're putting on the outlet cover plate. I'm only putting this on for safety purposes because when the cabinets arrive, we'll cut a hole in the back of the cabinet to now enable access to this, and we'll put the plate right over that hole there. And then we'll use longer screws. So right now this is just to protect anybody that might be in the kitchen. So let's go ahead and test this out. Zoom in a little closer if you want. Go here to the thing. This one here. You ready? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and fire it up. And there you go. She's on. We have a fully operational in here. For the most part, you can see the cabinets are all kind of in their place. We're just putting in the last few spacers. But you can see how nice this worked out here compared to what the kitchen used to look like before. If you remember this image here that you can see of the old kitchen, and then here's the new kitchen here, how we were able to get this nice little corner cabinet in here. And then we were able to, because we lifted the ceiling, we were able to get this extra storage cabinet above here. And then stepping back here and taking a look at the other side, you can see there's the microwave and the oven side. So now we have the cabinet installed and the microwave oven installed, and as we look over in here, you can see we're all set up to finish hooking up the outlet here. Now you can see what I've done with the outlet. There's the box, and there's where it came out of. If you recall in the last step, we just had the plate on the drywall, but now we have to remove all that and pass it through the back of the cabinet here. And so you can see what I've added in here. This is called an outlet extender. And the reason is because if you look back here, you can see where my finger's pointing. The front edge of the outlet box is really about a ½ inch gap until the front edge here of the back of the cabinet. So you can't have that gap in there where things or people may possibly stick their fingers or hangers or whatever in there. So we use this thing here. This is called an outlet extender. Some people call this a goof ring. And what I do is I just stick this right in the outlet box there. See, and if you look inside there, you can see how it adds all of this plastic walling around it. And this will now secure to the front of it, and then the outlet the screws will pass right through here, right through the outlet extender, and right into the outlet box. Now let me pass in here, take a lot closer look here for you to show you what we're talking about. So see how the outlet extender, it gives you a nice deep wall of plastic there that can't be touched by anybody. So, and then I'm going to do an extra step of safety here. I always prefer to, if I can get this around here to show you, I always prefer to tape up all of my. Okay, so now we're just going to wrap some tape around these terminals. And I usually go around twice. Then I snip it. So that way, if anybody ever touches this while it's live, they're not going to get shocked. So who knows how many lives I've saved without people ever even knowing it. Okay, so we have the outlet in place here, and I highly suggest you get yourself a little kit of these extra little screws like this. Now this one is kind of strange. It was mislabeled, I think. It says electrician's machine screw assortment. The only problem is most of these are 8/32. These are too thick to be used on any outlet or switch today. There was a few 6/32 screws in here. So what we had to do is you want to make sure you're using a longer screw like this to get through all that distance. So here's the screw that comes with the outlet here. But you really need one that's longer, like this, see, in order to be able to make that happen. So we got the outlet screwed in there. And now we're going to just take the plate and we'll screw the plate on. Okay, so now that the plate is on, our outlet is complete. We're going to plug it in. And the moment of truth. There's your digits. Let's go ahead and set the clock. Well, if you like this video, if you found this video helpful, we would certainly appreciate it if you give us a thumbs up down below. And also you can click on the share button down there, and please, we would appreciate it if you could share this video with your friends on social media. It allows you to share on Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, Google+, all of the major social media sites. And also you can click on the subscribe button down below and click on the bell icon right next to it. That will alert you every time we come up with a new video. And that's our video for this week, and we'll see you folks next week.